Please don't even call back. I don't need your love. I got my life on track. Think I seen enough. I put down the thumbtacks and I started thumbing racks. Hit it, then I put it back. Told her I can't get attached. I'ma take up what you
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the 13th installment of Kickback and Relax. I'm your host, Jevin Lefave. You can find me on Instagram at jevin.lefave, on Twitter at jevinlefave. Find everything for the show on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at leftsideheavy_. Be sure to head to the YouTube, subscribe, Left Side Heavy. Be sure to ring the bell, and you can find the full episode podcast there. I welcomed on Cory, Letendre, and Carrie Brett of the Snacktastic Voyage podcast. It was a very fun episode. We did a chip bracket. Which chip will come out on top? Listen to the rest of the episode to find out. It was a very fun episode. The banter was unreal. These guys are some of the funniest people I know, and I really hope you guys think that as well. Make sure to leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts if you enjoy the show, and enjoy the episode.
Fight you.
It's another episode of Kickback and Relax, the 13th installment of the Left Side Heavy podcast. Today I have on the Tasty Boys,
What up?
Cory and Cary from the Snacktastic Voyage.
That's right.
How you boys doing?
I'm doing good. How are you? I'm excited to be here. This is I'm always down to talk about snacks whenever I can. So
Yeah.
If there's one thing people know about me, it's that I do love to kick back and relax. So I think this one's right up my alley. I've been bluffing my way through the sports ones. And yeah, it's the Canucks, right?
yeah.
You know?
Now we're in your wheelhouse.
Now we're in my wheelhouse, my wagon wheelhouse.
You can bring out all the snack puns.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
That's all I had.
But how's it been going with the podcast?
It's been going pretty good, you know. When you do your first few, you feel like you got training wheels on,
Yeah.
and you listen to like the episode you did, and you're like, this sounds bad.
Oh.
And we just did like a quick record, like to see like how can the flow be. Like we just recorded on like Carrie's iPhone,
Yeah.
just to be like, let's just riff, let's see what we get. And we're like,
Yeah.
we listened back. I was like, no one can ever listen to this.
Yeah.
This sounds horrible.
It hasn't seen the light of day, and I don't think it will.
It never will. And then it's like slow progression of like the next episode. You're like, oh, it sounds a little cleaner, and you're like, you're getting better. And it's to the
Yeah.
point now where I'm like, okay, the next step will be like get like mics that like work better for the sound, and like make sure
Yeah.
we're in the room that's right, and like tightness of timing and all that sort of stuff. But the technical stuff aside, it's been a ton of fun.
Like this setup, boy howdy, this is a treat for us.
That's right. This is a pro setup, kids.
Yeah, it hurt the wallet a little bit though.
That's why you pick up those extra shifts. You trim in extra hedges.
Yeah. Yeah, working the weekends, which I always say I'd do, but I never did.
Yeah.
Unless I was forced to.
Yeah. Guys, yeah, I'm glad to put in for a weekend. Oh, Jeff, can you come in this Saturday?
I'm busy.
something.
I literally said I could work, and that was the Friday before. I was like, sorry, Kyler, I got a family thing.
Yeah, a family thing's always the best. Just like, I've got a family thing.
Yeah.
Someone's
Yeah.
like, okay, and you're like, whew,
Even when you say it that shiftily, their
eyes darting back and forth. I got
Help me out here. Help me out here.
I've got gout. I've got gout, and I need to go see a doctor.
Yeah.
They look at your foot. Oops.
Just make sure you wear a sock.
Yeah, but I when I started, I bought 2 of the same USB microphones from Amazon, and I was like, just plug both of them in the USB outlets,
100%.
and it works. But then it was like sometimes the software can't identify the difference, so you have to get 2 different ones. So I was like, so I bought another one for like $80, and then those were just like, I figured out that they were just like bad, and I was like, I wanted better ones. Then I bought one that was for like $120 off
Yeah.
Amazon.
Just slowly, incremental.
Yeah.
Like maybe this
And-
one.
Yeah, and I was like, I just dropped like $300 on microphones, and I don't have any of them anymore.
None of them work.
Yeah. But the one I have now, I'm happy with, and then I bought these things, which was an investment.
Yeah, these ones look legit.
But
Not like
I'm
that.
happy
Would you
with
get a
these
Shure
ones.
mic for your first one? Like the regular, like Just like the
Oh,
with like the
like
silver
an
little
old school-
like what when you hear
Yeah.
microphone, you're like, oh, an MC at a wedding is talking into this.
Yeah.
Those old
I- My buddy who produces music, he has a bunch of those mics, or he has like a few of them, but that was his extra one, and he was letting me borrow it for a few times when I had 4 people on, or
Oh, yeah.
3 people plus me,
Mhm.
and I only have 3 mics. So I was like, I need to borrow one, and I'm not really down to
Buy another one
buy another one.
for this one thing.
Yeah. So, and I'm sure I would use it later down the road, but the chances of me actually doing like 4-person in-person podcast is very slim, and I'll just keep going. And you can rent stuff from Long McQuaid too. So if I ever need something, I'll just be like, can I rent this for
Yeah.
like 36 hours, record it, and then give it back?
Yeah.
And-
Here's $40 or
Yeah.
some shit. And you're just like, thank you, bye.
yeah.
I got
But yeah, I bought this, and this is an investment. But I might sell this and buy a like soundboard,
Oh.
like one of those.
Yeah,
things.
legit,
You can hit
legit.
the button
That-
and make sweet sounds
Yeah,
into it.
I was thinking
Love
of
it.
doing that. Like it costs like a bit more than this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Like
but
it-
not like too much more? Kind of
No,
fairly
like,
competitive?
like the difference is maybe like $100 to $150, depending on the quality one you get. You can
Yeah.
get one that's cheaper than this, but
But it's a piece of shit.
it's like it only has 2 ports instead of 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what I want. But I'm not in a rush to do that.
Yeah. Let this one air out a bit more, you know?
I mean, it's
feel
still
for it.
in
Look at
like
it, it's a
great
Zoom.
condition. Yeah, it's still in great condition.
Or
I
a
don't know a lot about
wooz.
these things, but it does seem pretty.
It's got a lot of
spiffy.
bars on it,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
go up and down, and then you can see levels on it. And
Yeah.
there's a bunch of dials.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
dials are important. I think the more dials, the better it is.
Yeah, what do you
Yeah.
I
got?
think
Some
that's pretty
gain on there? It's like when car guys start talking about a car, and I'm like, I don't know the
Yeah.
difference in how many horses you have under your hood. And I'm like, I understand more about this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so
But
so if you're listening, fuck you.
even if I wanted to say like do a man on the street thing,
Yep.
like this is a mic
Oh.
that you just like talk into, and
Oh, you can just walk around with that thing.
Yeah,
The old point.
you don't-
Jevin on the street.
Yeah.
Driving
like-
on the street?
like
Are you
you-
going to be like Billy on the street, just like randomly accosting people and
Yelling.
at them?
How do you feel about Alex Ovechkin?
And then sprint away.
Yeah.
He just passed Marcel Dion.
yeah. Oh man. Just like at Rogers Arena. So how do you feel about the team after the first game? It's like we suck. And it's like okay.
Man, I had to do that for an assignment. We had to go out, so I did like 2 years ago at Rogers Arena. I brought Cary with me and pretended that Cary was a fan that I found. I was like, if you come to the game with me, you don't have to pay because I got cheap tickets through school.
Yeah, it was great.
And I was like, so how do you feel about the Canucks this year?
You
You
just
did
like
it at the
you just
intermission or
yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that. and
you
there's
just
seats.
randomly like we found a guy. Sir, how do you
Yeah.
feel?
There was also a dude that I knew from Home Depot that was working at like the bar concession thing, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Yo, Patrick," I was like, "You work here, but I know you, so this is easy." Because
Yeah.
I tried to get someone I didn't know. I was like, "I'll try and be half legit here."
Yeah.
And I went up to some like 50-50 lady. Because like, "Oh, like you fucking 50-50, be a great person to talk to." Like, "Oh, like what's it like? The Canucks are like looking pretty good right now." Because this was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And she was awful. She's like, "Oh, I went to BCIT. Like, I took that program years ago." I was like, "Oh, you'll be perfect to like give me like a playful answer."
Yeah.
And I was like, "So what do you think?" She's like, "Well, pretty good." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "And then what do you think about like back in the building, like fans, whatever?" And she's like, "Well, you know, like it's not so bad." I was like, "Why would you agree to fucking do this?"
Yeah.
Brenda, whatever your name is, it's just like, what is happening
Yeah.
here?
Maybe there's a reason why she's not doing that.
Yeah,
broadcasting bit.
there's nothing
Yeah.
against 50-50 workers, but there was
Yeah.
a reason she wasn't in radio or TV, and it was
Yeah.
because she basic.
No,
I hate her.
and I won't say names, but there's an episode out there that I did not want to upload. Because,
Was it one of mine? You dick?
Because the answers were so dry,
Uh-huh.
and I like driving the bus. I like facilitating an interview, but you gotta help me out here.
Yeah.
I can't be answering my own questions.
Well then, for an hour and a half.
Cary, why don't you tell me, what do you think about the Buffalo Bills' chances this year? Yeah, you're right. I think they're going to be pretty good.
Yeah, it was just like I would ask a question, be like, yeah, so I was kind of expecting them to, hit the spread of like -7.5, but Josh Allen just couldn't throw a good ball or whatever. And I'm like, well, anyway, I was like, bro, like you gotta like maybe kind of bounce something back, like whatever.
A little yes and wouldn't kill you.
Yeah, and one of the KBNR episodes, I would like bring up memories from our like soccer and hockey and stuff.
You're getting too close, they're gonna figure out who it is.
And they would just, it was fun. And I'm like,
right? It's like, Brenda, why did you agree to do this
You
with
know
me
what
if
you have
you
to
didn't
do.
like?
Yeah.
If I ask you, you can say no.
yeah,
Right? No is an option. No is a very powerful word that more people need to get comfortable saying, because just doing it because you think you have to and then sucking and wasting our time is worse.
yeah,
Worse.
yeah.
So,
And you felt obligated to put it up.
Yeah, and I was like, this
hey,
has to
Budweiser
be,
episode going up.
and I was like, this has to be up in 2 days, and I can't find anyone else, and it's not necessarily like they were bad, because there were still some really funny aspects of the show. It's just like here and there, it was just like, man, just like you gotta kind of give me something.
On this week's 15-minute kickback and
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah,
Heavily edited.
yeah, but also to the point there where it was like they're like, yo, where's our episode? And I'm
No.
like, I can't say like, yeah, I didn't upload it.
So what
Like,
day did this one come out?
The USB, I don't know, the dog got it?
I lost the file.
You could definitely use some like technical words you've learned to be like, it got
confuddle.
yeah.
Confuddle. Just
Yeah.
throw enough buzzwords out there. And
the file was corrupted. So sorry, man.
The amount of times I've been editing a podcast though, and the software that I'm using to edit just quits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's heartbreaking. Like it's
We
like just
Stupid tech
all
demons.
because I go to save it and export it, and it's like halfway, and the next thing you know, it says doo doo, and then it says this FL Studio has suddenly stopped, and I'm like, and then
Fun.
and
Thanks.
out of like an hour and a half episode, only like 37 minutes.
Mhm.
I'm like, I have to restart.
What a nightmare.
There was one where I actually made like a bunch of cuts, like so many,
Yeah.
and it did that, and I'm like,
Oh, no.
and I was like, sorry, George, I can't hang out. I have to do
Yeah.
this. Because luckily I did it the first time the day before.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay,
I'm way ahead of schedule.
Like I recorded on like a Monday instead of a Tuesday. So I was like, hey, I have that extra day to like do it again. But I was so
Thankfully,
mad.
you had that.
Yeah.
Tough nuggies.
Sometimes I don't make any edits, and I can just, now that I know I don't have to make any cuts, then I can, and if it does that, then I can just put everything in, and I don't have to listen to it back, because I can just export it because I know nothing's changed.
Yeah. That's the one thing
So-
I like about ours is we keep it to like under 35 minutes
Mm-hmm.
every time.
That's
like
our goal.
if like even like over 30, I'm like, we hit like the 30-minute mark. I'm like, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
So it's like when I go back and I listen to it in the edit, I was like, that's so long to have to like, because some of yours are long, right? And you're
Yeah.
like, fuck, okay,
I've had a couple, like, 2-hour
Yeah,
ones.
you're like, I'm putting aside 2 hours to
Yeah.
re-listen to this thing that I
I
already
mean, it's
did.
not even. It's probably about a 3-hour. It's a 3-hour.
Oh,
endeavor
yeah,
at that
more,
point.
'cause,
You're-
yeah,
maybe 4.
You
just,
stop
like,
to
go
make an
through
edit, you go forward, you're like, oh, we got another hour and 40
Yeah.
to go through here.
Yeah.
There's one time where I did one like this where all the files were separated, and if you don't zoom in enough, you can't, and if you don't get it perfect, then there will be a slight echo.
Oh,
A
nightmare.
Very slight echo. And I, like, it was a rookie mistake on my part because I didn't, like, zoom in on the files enough
Yeah.
where it wasn't exact.
Oh.
You were off by like half a second or
And
something? Like just like
They
some
were
little...
all at different starts.
Tell everyone
and-
we recorded in a tunnel.
Yeah.
So, no, but, like, it's not even, like, echoey. It is, but if, for example, if I say something, then the same thing I said will come, like, half a second after from your mic.
Oh,
So
I
it's like
see.
my voice, again, just slightly quieter.
You said you like to drive the bus. So
So
I'm really hammering your point home.
it's just like, man. So it's like you have to get exact and then start.
editing's a weird... I like editing. Like,
Yeah.
it's fun. It's a weird thing I didn't think I'd like.
Yeah.
But like you get into it and you're like, okay.
Production's
Put
a
your headphones
cool,
on, you're like, I'm a professional.
Yeah, production's it's pretty fun. It can be frustrating, but it's like you can, at that point you're in control. You can do whatever you want to it,
Yeah.
and so like I've wanted to get like someone to produce my episodes and stuff, but I'm like, I have a certain way I like to do it, and
Yeah.
I like the way my intros come in and like the order of everything, and I just like yeah, I guess I could teach someone that, but
It would be fun.
if I go back and I don't like it,
Yeah.
and it's like I would have done this different,
Yeah.
I'll just do it.
Right? It would be like a fun experiment to just like pay someone to do it once, to be like, what is like, if I
What
hire
can you
someone who
offer?
like does, they say that they're a producer and they can like edit and like produce this thing for me. Be like, I wonder what it would sound like. Be like, and you listen to it, you're like, oh my god, this is so much better than what
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
doing.
That's the
Or
thing.
is it like, oh, like I like mine better, so like,
Yeah.
oh, now it's
Like-
like you check that box, like I never want to pay anyone for
Yeah,
this.
like I'm always open to what do you have to offer that's different from me? Because you're right, I could be missing out on someone who's could do a way better job than I do, but then it could also be like completely
It's not that
worse.
much of an upgrade.
So
Yeah, you're like, this sounds like I did it.
yeah,
They didn't even edit it.
Yeah.
They just sent it back to me with a new file name.
The
Yeah.
fancy
Kickback
building.
theme.
yeah, because there's like sometimes say like you take a sip and like you can hear you swallowing the drink in the mic. It's like sometimes I want to cut that out, but some people might keep that in. So it kind of
Yeah.
depends how I feel like when I'm listening back to it.
What's the mood?
I'm like
Yeah.
99% sure that's all Cory's edits of me are. Is that and my Cary blasts? It's like
true.
keeping those things down.
It's taking the razor tool and cutting out when he screams, and I'm like just turning the gain,
Yeah.
like
Turn
the
it
volume's coming down for the decibels here, buddy.
Hey, we all know I'm gonna do it.
He's
so.
spiked real loud.
Yeah.
But I mean, we all knew that was gonna be the thing coming.
Yeah, that'll be the thing with when we have two mics. It'll be easier because we could separate and like, oh, we're just focused
That'll be
on.
the day on it. Thank
Yeah.
God I don't do the editing.
Yeah, I hated. I used to have Adobe, and I loved it. It's great. It's what I used in school.
Yeah.
It's what you might use sometimes because school gives you a pack. I don't know either way.
Yeah,
Like at school, we used Adobe.
Yeah, I used it for personal reasons,
Uh-huh.
and I am using all my free exports,
Mhm.
so I'm gonna have to upgrade.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
But-
like,
I was gonna have to do it at some point, so I'm like, I'm gonna be now that I'm doing video, I'm gonna have to do this more, so I may as well just
Premiere Pro,
pay for it.
good shit. I was
That's
complaining
what
because we were using Audacity because I was like, it's free, and then you suggested the thing. I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah,
And I like downloaded it and like put them. I was like, this is too confusing.
it is
I
very.
was like, I don't feel
Very
like
crunchy.
I don't have the time right now to
Yeah.
put in the like hours of like learning what this is. I was like,
No,
I
I
just
agree.
want Adobe. So I said, like, I was like, Carrie, I was like, I hate this. I was like, can we please get Adobe? So we're just splitting the cost. I'm just Adobe. I'm like, I'm familiar with this interface.
Yeah.
It's very user friendly.
Yeah.
It's like, so that's,
And
I'm
my
jazzed.
options were either I do it or pay for it. I'll pay for
And
it.
it's like, you can try editing on
I
Audacity.
I totally agree.
Garbage program.
FL Studio, when I first opened it, I'm like, what is happening?
Mm-hmm.
But luckily, that's the only reason why I do use it is because my friend Devin, he produces his music through that. So he just FaceTime me and he's like, here's where you go for this. This is how you import something. And I'm like, got it. And now I can't use anything else because I'm like, I've already got like a routine on this.
Mm-hmm. I have learned a thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm not going to learn another one.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm just going to
Fair.
add this
That's
out.
sweet.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
Should we get into this chip bracket?
Let's get into
Let's do it.
Yeah. So
This
we're
is our
doing.
jam.
this-
Once you mentioned that we were doing chips, I was like, oh baby.
This is
You know
Carrie's.
me.
This is
Yeah.
his jam.
This is my
So
jam.
I
This is his
got
bag. It's your bag.
Bag.
16 chips off the top of my head. Some I have like 4 Lay's, I think 4 Doritos,
Ooh.
4 cheese flavored chips, but then some miscellaneous
Love it.
chips,
Let's
and then
do this.
I kind of just randomized it. And when I randomized it, I'm like, this worked out like almost perfect.
Oh, we got a good bracket.
They
Some
all
of the
went
matchups-
together still.
Yeah, like some of it's crazy.
Alrighty.
So the first one,
There's a ribbon for the winner on the page,
Yeah.
guys. You can't see it, but
There's some
Jevy wrote
beautiful
a.
artwork.
It's
Yeah.
good.
So for the first one, Lay's salt and vinegar
Hmm.
versus Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar.
Oh,
Dumb question. Lay's chips mostly suck. We went over this in our chip podcast.
yeah.
But also, Miss Vicky is a higher quality chip.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
And-
kettle chip. It's
and-
too good.
Yeah, and because it's the same flavor, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would personally, for me, Miss Vicky salt and vinegar would win that out 10 times out of 10.
Miss Vegas salt and vinegar it's going to be a biased choice. It might come up against some adversity, but it's probably one of my all-time faves. So I think that that's a slam dunk for Cary.
Yeah, it's a wash. I agree.
Yeah, you're into it? Are you a big salt and vinegar guy, Jeff?
I wasn't, but it's slightly grown on me.
Like your adult palate has changed, and now you're like,
Like-
I do enjoy salt and
I just,
vinegar.
like-
Big boy.
they're still not my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And like regular Doritos salt and vinegar chips, I'm going regular Doritos.
Mm-hmm.
Like it might even be close, like Lay's salt and vinegar versus Lay's original. Mm-hmm. Like it's still like close. Like I'll probably lean towards Lay's original. Yeah.
Salt and vinegar chips for me are like a very there's a threshold where I'm like, I only want to eat so many. If there's a bowl out at a party, I'm gonna eat a few.
Yeah.
But after that, I'm like, I have zero interest in this chip. This flavor is, I'm like, it's too much.
It's hurting my mouth
all
now.
the time. Yeah, I'm a sensitive guy. I got sensitive lips and like my inner cheek lining very sensitive, so I just can't handle it.
With Captain Crunch.
I eat it still because it's
But it's
delicious.
just erect,
Also,
right?
Captain Crunch without the berries, bullshit. So I know we're talking about chips,
Yeah,
but
I did bring it
yeah,
up.
for a long time there, it was normal Captain Crunch with berries, and then it was like, wow, we took the berries out. Here's just the fucking cereal.
That's what it always used to be. What are you talking about?
On what planet was it always just the cereal without berries?
For like the longest time.
When we were children, that was not true. It was Captain Crunch. It had the red berries in it.
Oh,
That was
never
Captain
had
Crunch.
that. I never had that.
I don't remember
I
that.
only ever remember just regular Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch with the berries was what was around. That's what I used to eat. And then they got rid of it. And then it was just Captain Crunch, no berries. And then they came with that bullshit, all berries. And that's too much
bad.
berries.
That's too much berries.
And then finally you can get some now with the... Either way, let's move on to... yeah, I'm sorry. Let's go on to
go back
chip
to
number 2. Bracket number 2.
And back to
This one could like for me, this could be like the finals.
Ooh.
And I'm really like heartbroken that it's happening right now, but I had to
Okay.
respect the randomized.
Always respect the
bracket.
universe.
Yeah, it was there for a reason.
All dressed ruffles.
Ooh.
Gross, all right. That was a final for you.
No, I'm there with you, Jeff. Keep
Thank
going.
you.
Don't listen to him over here.
Verse-
He's just clown.
Cool Ranch Doritos.
Oh.
This
Weird
one-
flavors.
Well, I'm gonna have to think on that.
Like
This-
in general, like, you know what I mean? Like all dressed, you're like, what is this? That's not a flavor. It's a word. It's two words we put together.
It's such a
I
tough
hate
one.
that they're also regardless. The winner's going up against Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar, and that bothers me.
I'm going with Cool Ranch. One, cooler name. It's in the name. Cool Ranch. It's not Loser Ranch. It's not Dork Ranch. It's Cool Ranch. I want to be a cool guy. Go Cool Ranch. All dressed? I'd rather be undressed.
I think Ruffles does one of the best all dressed. I think. It's
Yeah, the little
fantastic.
ridges on the chip.
Ridges in there help seal in the flavor a little bit.
Those grooves.
But the Cool Ranch Doritos, just fantastic on their own. But they also did an amazing thing and made tacos with them.
You talking about Taco Bell?
I'm talking about Taco
Yo
Bell's,
quiero Taco Bell.
the like flavor blasted tacos. I feel like that's got to count for something. I know we're talking about the chips themselves, but it is basically chip in taco form. And
I've only had Taco Bell like twice in my life.
You've never had the flavor? Have you guys
No.
never had these?
You know what?
I can't eat a lot of Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Oh
gluten, bro.
man, you guys missed it. Well, I'm surprised you haven't had these. But the
It's 'cause they put refried beans and everything.
What is it?
I
The
don't know.
tacos, Locos tacos, Doritos Locos tacos, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever
I think
those
that's
are.
it. Doritos
That's
Locos
it.
Tacos. That
Oh my
sounds
God,
familiar.
They're fantastic. I'm gonna go Cool Ranch.
Fair. Jeff, what do you like?
I'm an all dressed guy,
Ooh.
but majority wins.
That's right. 2-1.
You're in the chipologist.
All
house
gas,
then.
no brakes. You lose.
But no, that's a very.
It doesn't matter what
that's a
chip
very
you choose.
upsetting. That's a tough flight. That first corner.
Yeah, it's a tough go around for you guys, idiots.
The fact that you think all dressed sucks is heartbreaking to
Okay,
me.
I don't think they like.
We had a big discussion off mic about
It's
this.
heartbreaking.
Afterwards.
They sort of fall into the same bracket for me as a salt and vinegar chip. I only want to eat like 10 of them, and then I'm like, get these out of my face.
I can crush an entire like family sized bag of all dressed.
Oh yeah, within give me like 20 minutes, and that fucker's gone. It's dead.
Put football or hockey in front of my face, those are gone.
Yeah. It doesn't. stand
Give me a beer
chance.
too to kind of wash something.
Well, yeah, you can't eat a whole bag of chips without a drink.
Not that much salt.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
What do we got next, Jeff?
Okay.
He forgot how to read his own writing.
I forgot what the
With the abbreviated version.
yeah. I was like sour cream it. No, there's no H in onions.
Sour cream and jalapenos.
Lay's barbecue versus sweet chili heat
Oh.
Doritos. Two chips I can't have,
Oh, really?
but
Why?
they both have wheat in it.
Oh,
The Dorito?
that is.
Yeah.
It's a corn chip. There's
But
wheat in
in
the.
the seasoning.
Huh.
So
I didn't know we
it sucks
grinded up bread
because-
for seasoning.
because I like both of these flavors. So
We know your stance on barbecue.
Barbecue chips are barbecue chips are the best chips, and not necessarily like everyone's favorite chip, but they're the best chip because almost nobody doesn't like barbecue chips, right? They're like a staple. They're like, it is seldom that someone's like, I hate barbecue chips.
Yeah.
If you got to go to a party and you're like, I'm gonna bring chips, you bring a couple bags. One of them's probably a barbecue chip because you're like, no one's gonna get mad at me. No one's yelling at me.
Yeah.
So I love a good barbecue chip. Plus, my favorite chip of like all time is Old Dutch barbecue chips. Fucking, they're the tops. The cat's pajamas, if you will. But
we do know your stance on Lay's.
Lay's
How does
chips
that
kind of
balance
suck.
into this?
They're just not as good.
Yeah.
I hate Mark Messier, and I don't like Lay's chips as much. I just feel like texturally, they don't have the best like mouthfeel. They are too thin. So
They stick to your roof.
yeah,
the
they
roof
do.
Of your mouth.
And also, I'm a sweet chili guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't eat Doritos a lot. I'll be honest. But so far, I think I'm going 2 for 2 on the old Dorito train here. Daddy's going sweet chili heat.
Yeah.
Cary?
Yep,
Yeah.
I agree.
That's all you get.
That's all you get from me.
three-
Talking about that guy that just gives you
3-0.
nothing on the
Yeah,
on the
no
podcast.
give back.
I agree. The same thing with the Lay's barbecue. The Lay's barbecue they're cheap. They're easy to do. You can get them for any party that you need.
Yeah.
Everybody.
You
like
can't go
said.
wrong with them.
No one's
They're
gonna.
a very
It's
good
like
chip.
that buddy that's just you got them there. They're
Yeah.
there. They're good. Nobody doesn't dislike them.
They
but
can be the
nobody also
mayonnaise
is
of
like,
chips.
If they're not
Yeah.
there, if the Lay's barbecue chips weren't there, that's also not a big deal. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be
Yeah,
complaining.
no
about
one's
it.
missing them.
Yeah.
So,
Amen.
the sweet chili heat. That's when they came. I remember when they like kind of came out with it, and it was like, ooh, cool bag, like it was fun stuff, and it was like, ooh, sweet. They had like flames coming out of the Doritos.
You know,
It
it's
was
going to be hot
fantastic.
and sweet. I love that.
It's crazy, and that was like before hot sauces became like a really big thing, and everyone's like, oh my god, these
Before
are
Hot
so
Ones
hot.
was on the internet.
Yeah. And it's like, oh my god, these
Great
are
show.
so hot, and there's their stupid white palettes being like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
I hate white people. Let's turn this podcast. I am sick and tired of all the.
Whoa, turn that down. Turn that down. Turn that down.
Yeah, no. Sweet chili heat. What do you think? How do you like sweet chili? So you've had these chips. I'm assuming you've tried them.
I like sweet chili heat.
Yeah.
I like Doritos better than Lay's, and I like the flavor.
Yeah.
better. Like
Crunch is just so good.
sweet chili heat is an all-time flavor, and I'm really sad that I have.
Do you ever sometimes just have one?
Yeah.
How many
Like,
does it take for you to be like, I don't feel well?
I've never tried, but I'll see one. I'm like, nah.
That's what we're going to invite you on for
Yeah.
a different episode of the podcast. It was going to be like, Jevin sees how many chips he can
Jevin's
eat
limit?
before getting sick. One. Still good.
We're not actually recording. It's just your.
It's a sick,
older
twisted
siblings,
game.
Sick friends. Sick
Yeah. Holding him down, tickling him, making him eat chips.
All right. So I made this bracket before knowing Cory's stance on Lay's chips.
It's okay.
So
Okay, I'm not saying I won't eat Lay's chips. I'm just saying, like,
they're not
comparatively.
your first
you'll
choice.
eat
They're not
ice.
your
Yeah,
first choice.
Lay's are lower. I'll eat a whole bag. I'm a fat pig, Jevin.
They're just not your first choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. fair
Doesn't
enough.
mean I'm not going to take that girl home from the bar. You know what I mean? The lights come up. All that's left is Daddy and a big bag of Lay's. And I'm like, well, I'm here.
Yeah.
Jam 'em in.
Ketchup Lay's
Uh-huh.
versus the OG Doritos.
Oh, OG Doritos.
OG Doritos.
It's an OG Dorito.
Yeah.
There's a
Ketchup
reason
is-
why the triangle chip, you've seen the commercials, they're like, we don't even need a logo.
That's a good
Like, we don't even
commercial.
need the name. You're like,
Sure.
you just recognize us. I'm
Yeah.
like, fucking for sure. Corn chips are surprisingly good.
So good.
That dusting on those,
Yeah.
you know, they didn't even. I read an article once about Doritos, and like the powder on the chip, they're like, oh, we don't even need that. Like it's like a thing that's like without the like you get the flavors in the chip still, and it's like just like some extra thing. Like yeah, we just kept it in there because like people liked the
The
like
dust.
powder and like sucking your fingers like a little baby.
It's like a
after
second
you-
meal.
Yeah. You get enough, and it's like caked on kind of, and you like scrape it with your
Yeah.
tooth. You're like,
Yeah, it's the
We're
only
living
chip
the
that
same
really-
life,
Yeah.
I swear.
It's the only chip that gives you that.
Yeah.
Really, there's no other one that gives you that like
Or-
full finger.
Or the Smart Food popcorn.
Oh yeah, that one too.
The white
Sorry,
cheddar
you're right.
one.
yeah, you get the coating.
It's like you need a power pressure washer to get
Yeah.
it off your fingers. Yeah, you need a chisel
yeah.
to get it off. But ketchup Lay's are like in my top 3, top 5.
I love a ketchup
But
chip.
Yep.
I'm okay losing to OG Doritos because it's such a staple and you know what you're getting. Like you're always in the mood for an OG Dorito. Sometimes you're not in the mood for ketchup chips. Sometimes Like most of the time I am, but there's that odd time.
I mean, I always am.
but-
Right now, we like out of his pocket.
But like, there's an odd time where I'm like, I'm not really feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, anytime I see the OG Doritos, I'm like, come to
Handful
Papa.
here.
Bring 'em over.
Yeah, come
Oh, yeah.
on. What are you doing walking away with those?
Yeah.
Leave them here.
I'm there with you.
Yeah.
I agree. Ketchup, give the ketchup Lay's, like we've said, Lay's are fine, and ketchup, they do a good ketchup.
Ketchup chips always just remind me of being a child and at like a kid's birthday. For some reason, like a ketchup chip. I'm a grown adult man and I'll still eat ketchup chips. But I'm transported to being 6 at like Hyde Creek for a swimming birthday party.
You like see the Cheetos on the side.
Yeah,
beside the ketchup.
Cheetos and ketchup chips. They're like, that's what we
That's
got.
another one that has the.
All
yeah,
the cheese.
Cheetos,
Yeah. Is it
the
just
cheesy
it's
stuff.
cheese flavors? Doritos, cheddar, white cheddar popcorn, Cheetos. That's cheddar Cheetos, baby. It's
That's
cheese.
cool about the
cheese
Doritos
flavors.
and the flavor thing.
Yeah.
That's a cool little.
I'm pretty sure I got that right.
I didn't know that.
Snack fact.
Snack back.
Snack fact. Cheeto Puffs and Blue Miss Vickies.
Blue Miss Vicky's like the sweet chili sour cream.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You've just asked, ding, 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 ding. What's the dumbest question anyone's ever asked me before? Miss Vicky's sweet chili sour cream is a top 3 chip for me. I love them so
Yeah,
much. They're
they're
so good.
That's a bag where I can crush.
I will
in-
dummy that
in
bag.
record time.
Yeah. I buy the
Record time.
family, like the big one. And I'm just like, well, it's in the house now.
Yeah. The
Now,
party
Cheetos-
size.
Cheetos are solid. Like
They're
they're good,
so-
like a little puff.
You put them in as a mouth guard.
Yeah,
Cheeto-
that's the best way to eat. And then you trying to like work it out without using your
Cheeto
hands.
Puffs are Dell's favorite chip. Like her favorite of all chip family things. It's her favorite.
It's a weird number one.
Yeah,
but
it is. Oh, it's insane.
You know
It
what?
blows my mind that she likes them.
Andrea's number one is it's not the Cheetos ones, but it's the Hawkins cheesies. Some of the
Are those the
like
they
the Canadian ones?
like the
Oh,
crunchy
same
ones,
puff,
Crunchy
like
ones.
the crunchy ones.
crunchy guys.
But that's a very different
It's
chip,
true,
though.
it's true.
Like the Cheeto
They're very
puff.
solid. Yeah.
Sometimes, like we had a bag out the other night. Actually, we were sitting there watching some Netflix and chilling.
Yeah.
Actually watching Netflix, and she's got the Cheetos out, and I'm like, I'm eating some. Because again, I'll reinstate it for those who didn't hear me the first time. I'm a big fat fucking pig.
Put it in front of me and it's
Yeah.
going to be eaten.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I ate a few, and I'm like, I don't even really like these. They're just like, they're fine.
Yeah.
But it blows my mind that she loves them. Because
Like-
it's like, they're not that good.
Like they are good. It's just a weird number superior to everyone else. It's a weird one to go with.
To put it at the top of your list.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, gun to my head. I need to eat one chip for the rest of my life. Oh, Cheeto Puffs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
no.
unanimous. Blue Miss Vickies.
Oh,
100%.
yeah.
Thank you.
Corey's going to be fighting hard for that one later
I'm
on in
glad
the
that
show.
that is lined up against the green Miss Vicky's, the salt and vinegar. We'll see.
How dare
See
you
what they do.
read ahead?
We already know it.
Well, it's not lined up against it, ding ding. It's on the other side of the bracket.
Well, it could be.
Oh,
could
yeah,
be.
if the other one makes it to the
If it
finals.
makes it to the final.
It
Jeez
won't.
Louise. Yeah, he's gonna sabatage it just to wreck me.
Donkey
Just
punch
quickly
you both.
put it down here.
Yeah.
This could be no. You know what? The weird one is the one after. Hickory Sticks versus OG Lay's, the original Lay's.
Oh.
This is probably going to be the only time you hear me endorsing a Lay's product on the episode today, but it's original Lay's for me. Hickory Sticks are fucking dumb.
No, they aren't.
Hickory Sticks are the
No.
dumb. Okay, because it's like,
You
okay,
like
how
barbecue.
do you? I'm not saying the flavor's bad. The hickory stick itself is fucking stupid.
No.
You got to reach in the bag. You're like trying to make a handful. And you're trying to get them
That's
all in your
the
mouth,
fun
and you
of it.
miss. I'm not trying to put effort into eating. I don't cut my meat up for me, mummy, because daddy just wants to eat.
Fucking
You're
baby
such a
bird for you.
child.
Yeah, children eat hickory sticks, okay? Adults eat real chips. You have to break
Hickory
your little chippies up.
Hickory Sticks are amazing.
Hey, if you guys want to put it through, that's on you. I'm just telling you that hickory sticks are stupid.
I mean, they're gonna be losing no matter what.
And you're stupid for liking them.
I've
I'm going home.
never
talking to that mic.
I've
be
never
shy.
quite get closer, speak to it. I was just getting a very contemplative lean back. I never understood the hype around hickory sticks. There was always I remember in high school everyone was like, "Oh my god, hickory sticks are the best thing ever," and everybody would always get them. I was like, "Okay, they're fine. They're good enough. They're okay." But at the same time, I also never have. I've not once ever gone and grabbed a regular plain bag of chips just for the sake of it. This is not a jam.
Nobody ever eats plain chips.
I know.
plain.
But
you
we're going
dip
up
them.
against each other. I would buy a bag of hickory sticks over a plain bag of chips. And I think that's where I got to come down with this.
I wrote a quick poem
So I'm
while you
going
were
hickory sticks
talking
over
about hickory sticks. Hickory, dickory, dock. Those sticks, they can fucking kick rocks. So,
I mean,
That's
they're
where I
the
am.
direction I
mean-
thought you were going to go with that
I mean,
rhyme, but
yeah.
it worked anyways.
we're keeping it
I
PG.
mean, they're getting kicked out next round because they're going against Blue Miss Vicky, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Pick whatever you want, nerds.
But I'm just. All right, this is the
Jevin
weird
went
one.
with hickory sticks, in case you guys didn't know.
Well, I mean, it was majority.
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear you say you preferred them. I did. I just hate you.
I was like, I thought I said
There's
it.
still time. Change your mind.
This one, I don't know where I got.
Did you make up a chip flavor?
No, it was just like, where did I pull this from?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It's like very random of me to write this down, but cheddar Pringles versus Harvest Cheddar Sun Chips.
I don't know that I've ever had a cheddar Pringle.
I don't think so either.
They exist,
Same.
I'm assuming. Do you
They-
know they exist?
Yeah,
Like you looked it up to
I
confirm?
said cheddar flavored chips, and then they popped up. And I was
Okay.
like, I need cheese flavored, cheddar flavored chips. I'll write them down. They're kind
I
of a
think
random one.
I think
too.
I think they have a ruffle one that I've tried that's just cheddar, but I don't think I've had like a regular.
I just had the
Pringle one.
red one, the red Pringles.
That's normal. You've
Yeah.
only ever had normal Pringles?
Yeah.
You've never
Hey,
tried a
I'm-
different one?
I'm,
You
I
know it's
can't
a
remember. It's been-
deceptively
it-
good chip? The pizza Pringle.
Yes, I 100%
White
back
can.
I haven't had Pringles in like years.
Yeah.
So, like, I think I can have them. I just can't have some, kind of like Doritos.
Mm-hmm. Depends on what's in the ingredients on the back of the can.
Yeah.
It's gotta be wild to have to read ingredients.
They make them as like a slurry and then press them into. It's not the
What?
They're not made the same as regular chips. They like make
Oh.
it into this like weird, gross, watery mess, and then just mash it into the chip shape that they have it. It's really
Gross.
strange. Yeah, it's kind of.
It's like
but
seeing.
they're tasty.
It's like seeing how like hot dog wieners are made. Have you
Yeah,
seen
I
that?
never do that.
I'd watch
No,
it a
I've
million
intentionally
times and I
not.
would still eat hot
It was
dogs.
so.
yeah, I
it
would.
was so bad that Snoop Dogg thought it was like malt, like Frosties from Wendy's,
Oh,
and he was like, "Oh, it's malt." And then like it went through the whole like chain. It came out in like the hot dogs, and he's like, "Fuck, I'm not having this."
Oh man, yeah, it's gross. A lot of food's real gross if you look into it. We're all
Never do
gross
that.
monster
but still
pigs.
tasty.
Yeah. Anyways, cheddar Pringles or Harvest Cheddar Sun Chips.
I'm going Harvest Cheddar Sun Chips because I've had them.
Clear throat.
Yeah, sorry about that. I got so excited thinking about chips. There was a Pringle in my throat. Yeah, I've never had the cheddar Pringle, and I can't, in good conscience, vote for a
Something
chip
you
I've never had.
haven't. Yeah.
And John Sousa loves a good Harvest
is-
Cheddar. That's his like favorite chip.
Tegan,
So,
I showed Tegan the bracket.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, Harvest Cheddar's gonna win."
oh my God, are they soulmates?
They might be.
Oh my goodness, Teagues.
I mean,
John,
you
if you're
guys-
listening,
you guys did give them like a photo shoot for Christmas.
that's true. John's in a cool leather jacket. He's the
not
bad
seen
boy.
those.
Oh
You
my
ha-
God,
no.
it's
You
had
it
to
is
have.
gold.
Oh
I
my
don't.
God.
Like,
I
it does
dressed
not
up-
Come to mind.
I've got
need to see these
burgundy
I'll send some to the
pants.
Instagram group chat tonight.
Yeah.
I've got a little blue suit jacket on and a bow tie. I'm like, ah. And
Yeah.
I made John wear like leather jacket with his like sunglasses on his
Yeah.
head, looking
Oh
like the
my
cool
God.
guy.
Yeah.
It was a stupid
That's
gift we did for
fantastic.
Christmas or a birthday one year.
It looks like a grease or something.
Yeah. Huh?
That's great.
I was just talking about the Outsiders today.
Oh, I need to see that. But I'm on Harvest Cheddar Sun Chips. That's going through.
How far will it make it? Nobody knows.
It's not going far.
You already crossed it out.
Kettle salt, salt and pepper.
Like kettle chip brand?
Yeah. Or kettle barbecue.
Ooh.
I don't often eat kettle chips. I find them to be a poor man's Miss Vicky's somehow.
I very much enjoy the salt and pepper one. My family gets it often.
I do love salt and pepper flavor.
It's a very underrated flavored chip.
It is, and it doesn't show up that often. But
Yeah.
I think that they do that one pretty well. I'm
They-
gonna go with the salt and pepper. That's right. I'm saying
Because
salt and pepper.
their barbecue, it's a lot like smokier, and sometimes it can be like
Too smoky?
It just gets old quick. Like it's like I can only have like so much of this, and then I'm
It's
like,
me with all dressed
Yeah.
chips. Yeah.
So love the chip, but I think I can enjoy myself eating salt and pepper chips.
You know me,
more.
S&P, baby. I'll go all salt and pepper for you.
Salt
Yeah.
and pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Perfect.
Love it.
We're on
I
to
love
round
this for
two.
us. Round 2. Here we go. Buckle up. It's about to get nuts.
So we'll start back at the start.
Square one.
Salt and vinegar Miss Vicky's versus Cool Ranch Doritos.
I'm going to go Cool Ranch Doritos because fuck salt and vinegar. You guys can hash this out.
Boo. My case for that, Miss Vicky, salt and vinegar. My first love. It was what made me fall. I'm sorry, Andrea, if you listen. It's what made me first fall in love with chips, and I haven't looked back since. And I still, it's definitely one that I bounce to every once in a while to go and grab. I'll always pick up a bag of salt and vinegar chips. Nary a month goes by without me having some.
Nary.
But, yeah. Cool Ranch Doritos though. It's a tough one up against it, but I gotta stick with my pick is salt and vinegar chips.
It's all up to you, Jeff. It's your
podcast.
Whoa. Drive the bus, buddy.
You got the hand of God.
That's
So
right. Jevin,
disappointed.
on the
So
18th tee
disappointed.
box, he lines up his drive.
Right
That's
down
right.
the middle.
Right down the pipe.
Oh, my heart's breaking. That's okay. I'm going to just sabotage the Blue Miss Vicky.
Good luck. Cool Ranch
they're
makes
too
its
good.
way through to the
Cool Ranch.
semifinals.
So, Sweet Chili Heat versus OG Doritos.
Both Doritos.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
This is a tough one.
I'll go off the bat again first. Make you guys decide, nerds. OG
That's what I
Doritos.
was going to say anyways.
Yeah. At this point, I'm just, if I know that I like a chip I can have, I'm always going to pick it against the one that I can't.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So-
a good metric. As
Yeah.
way to say
Yeah.
that.
Can I eat it?
But sometimes you're not always in for the spice Sometimes you just want a basic.
A basic chip.
Chip.
More of the time, I would argue. I
Yeah.
would rather eat something I could eat a whole bag of.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it would be better for me to stop doing that, and I'll buy chips. Like I'm gonna start buying all dressed
Yeah.
salt and vinegar, Cool Ranch, or Sweet Chili Heat. 'Cause it's like I can only have a couple.
Maybe you just got to customize your.
It's a way to
your
fix the
mouth.
waistline.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
you got it's
God.
the important part.
How many
is
months are you now?
diversifying.
Oh, we're about ready to pop in time now.
This is the video that they come for.
Yeah, just shove a Pringles can into me. It's filling a whole couple tubes up.
Yeah, so when YouTube asks if this video is for kids, definitely not anymore.
Never. Never
For
forget.
educational. Though.
Hey, anyone can give birth. I'm giving birth to a Pringle baby.
Yeah.
So, OG Doritos?
OG.
Yeah.
Oh. Gee.
It's just such a good cheese. It's the best cheese flavored chip that is up there.
Yeah.
I'd
You
lick
know,
them clean and put them back in the bag.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
Logan or like Logan when he
Yeah, when he puts the chips back in the bowl.
he
Idiot.
like takes them, like puts it in his mouth, takes it out, he's like, nah, I'm done.
Yeah, it's like when
He
it's
just
like
sucks on the seasoning.
it's like when you
That's
would buy a
everything.
bag of Spits as a kid, and you would like suck the seasoning. You're like, I don't want to eat a seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
This
not
is
a
too much
rabbit. These are gone.
So I'm just gonna
Yeah. Goodbye, hickory sticks.
that
Hickory sticks, no longer.
No.
That's
They're-
right.
They're gone.
Sweet
That's
chili
a-
and
that's almost a
sour
buy
cream.
at
It's a
this
chip
point. Yeah,
that
it's-
makes you
it's
it's a
dream.
second round buy.
Yeah. All right.
Harvest cheddar sun chips or kettle salt and pepper.
And now that you said that Tegan was like, this is going to go through, I want to make it not go through, but I think that I'm on Team Harvest Cheddar.
Out of spite, I
Out
would
of
like
spite.
to not put
Hey,
this chip.
there's
through.
been a lot of things that we have discussed on our podcast about how I'm happy that the original chip was invented out of spite. So I'm going to keep that going.
It's true. It's a fun fact about chips.
I'm going to say Harvest Cheddar.
Jeff, what about you? I want to be your
I want to make
decider.
you guys decide.
It's been 7 years since I've had Harvest cheddar chips.
Is this in the category of will kill you?
Yeah, because that's like heavy wheat. It's a wheat-based chip.
You can very much tell.
But I remember how in love I was with Sun Chips. So I know this chip is like really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like imagining like, what chip can I eat a majority of in one sitting?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel I go with the Sun Chip,
Mm-hmm.
like the cheddar flavored chip with that instead of the salt and pepper. Sometimes I'll get sick of the pepper.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that the ridges in Sun Chips also make it a fun eating. I like to eat around a pattern. I was always like, I'd always eat like a goldfish around that. So I don't know if that helps. That was always fun to eat that. If you can.
I
remember.
too enjoy
'Cause you were
eating
saying
patterns, squares, circles, diamonds,
Anything really.
You
just
name
stick
it.
In your,
Yeah.
Stick in your mouth.
all
It goes in.
more or less.
Yeah.
If it's a shape,
Well, it was like the Cheetos using as a mouth guard. You want to stick? You want to go with that one?
Or when you eat Pringles, you make a little duck.
Yeah. I'll probably go Sun Chips here.
I was also going to go Sun Chips.
So
I
it didn't
enjoy salt
matter?
and pepper a lot.
Yeah.
Well, if you went salt and pepper, I could have been a deciding vote and
Yeah.
had importance in my life for the one time, but that's cool.
I mean, I changed my mind. Salt and pepper chips.
Well, Daddy gets to break the tie. No, I'm with you with salt and pepper. It's too much is too much in salt and pepper. It's like when you have salt and pepper wings. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm only getting a chunk of this flavor. I don't want the whole plate.
That's when I always split.
But Sun Chips, they're not my favorite chip, but you can just keep dummying them.
And
They're great.
And you never get sick of them.
Yeah, Jeegs lives on. That's John and Teague's new couple name. Or Ton, but I like Jeegs.
Yeah.
Both are good. Those are
Yeah.
good names.
Jeegs goes forward.
Jeegs.
That's right.
Jeegs. Cool Ranch versus OG.
What a stupid question.
I think that may I make a suggestion for this last these semifinals?
Mm-hmm.
We go 3-2-1.
Oh,
I like that.
We've had our arguments. Now we most of it's out on the floor. Now I think this is gut call time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, are we gonna go 3, 2, 1, say?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay, hold on. I have to burp.
Great audio. This is the quality audio.
That's why I leaned away. I'm not a monster.
I can even cut it out if I need to.
No, that stays.
That is staying.
It's too long now. It'll be too weird to try and jump into the conversation. Sucker. All right. Jeff, you want to count us down? It's your show.
Let me think about what I want. Okay, I got it.
Everyone got their answer?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1.
OG.
Hey.
Oh.
That's what we need
We need the you need the soundboard for the horns.
Yeah.
Or the dang. Yeah, showing the door on your own
Final
show.
arguments.
More or less, it's just I can just OG Dorito it's better. I like it more. I don't know what to tell you about it. It's a better chip. It doesn't have to rely on any funky packaging or any fun promo. It's no, this is an original Dorito, pig. Eat it. And you're like, all right.
I don't get sick of the Cool Ranch flavor, despite the saltiness and stuff to it.
All the ranch.
I don't get sick of it as much as I do the salt and pepper.
Yeah, for sure.
And I can dummy the Cool Ranch the same I can as the OG, and I like the Cool Ranch better. So.
That's a fair reason for you to pick it.
And they're good in sandwiches, but OG's also good in sandwiches.
I don't often put them
Doritos
in
are good in sandwiches.
Doritos are just good.
Doritos are great.
Sandwiches. So.
Yeah, in sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Every sandwich or not a
they made
PB&J?
it- They made it
No,
this far for a reason.
deli meat sandwiches.
Oh, like a ham sam?
Or a turkey club. You throw some Cool Ranch Doritos
Oh
in there.
man, you know what my favorite sandwich is? A Cubano.
And Cubano.
Explain.
Fantastic.
Essentially,
I'm there.
you take the bread isn't the most important part.
It's like a ciabatta.
Yeah, some sort of ciabatta-y bread, or a gluten-free roll, whatever you want. And it's usually got. Sometimes they use pork,
Like shaved
what's
pork.
the word I'm trying to think of? It's not pulled pork. It's
No.
pork.
It's not pork.
Pork, not pork, but either way, some sort of pork.
Yeah.
And then ham. And then cheese that is that cheese sometimes changes when you go place to place.
Yeah.
But then it's got pickle and mustard. It's so good.
They're fantastic. I
Watch the movie Chef. You'll see a great Cubano get made. John Favreau.
It's interesting that these two came into this semifinal because they both, to my earlier point, are the Doritos Locos tacos. And
You know too much about Taco Bell menus. Are you the Chihuahua? Oh my God, he all grown up.
Oversized and grown
Yeah.
up.
Dios mío.
They both made it there for a reason because they're both
I'm-
pretty fucking good chips.
I'm really glad that original Doritos is still getting the respect it deserves.
Oh yeah.
Because it's been around. It's been here for a while. It's been around for a long time.
There's no staple chip that is a better staple chip.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Because you think all of their chips, it's they start off as plain, right? You're
Yeah.
Lay's plain or Ms. Vicky's plain
It was
kettle.
plain, I think they
Doritos was
made it
we're a
plain.
cheddar corn chip idiots. It's
Yeah.
all right,
It's delicious.
so good. It's almost no good because it's so hood, but it's so good.
This is no contest.
I think so.
Tell them what it is.
Blue Miss Vicky's versus Harvest Cheddar Sun Chips.
And for those at home, that's sweet chili and sour cream, Miss Vicky's in the blue bag, going against Jeegs' favorite flavor, the Harvest Cheddar Sun Chip. which is for fucking nerds, man.
Yeah.
It only made it this far because of weak competition.
Yeah, that was a tough that was a soft bracket on
Yeah,
that, for sure.
that was the that was
NFC
your
East.
boys. Yeah, that was the Patriots fighting its way through. Like, oh, we got past the Jets. And you're like, it doesn't count. I get past the Jets. Mark Sanchez ran into a butt and dropped a ball.
One of my favorite plays ever.
Let's go.
Yeah, Blue Miss Vicky all day. I don't even think. Okay, hold on, let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Blue Miss Vickies.
Honestly, a chip I wasn't expecting to see in the third place bracket, Harvest Cheddar Sun Chips.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna win,
No,
but I'm surprised it's there.
you want to do a quick third place here?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay.
Got a little bracket. There.
Okay, gotcha. I'm smart.
Yeah. Look at that. You can read. We made it this far. Somehow.
I'm doing it. Picture books.
Cool Ranch Doritos or Harvest Cheddar Sun Chips for third place.
For the bronze.
3, 2, 1. Cool Ranch.
Ranch. There you go. See, it won something. A medal's a medal. If I went to the Olympics and I got a medal, I'd be
I'd be
jazzed. It's jazzed.
Second
Cut
place
that
is
out.
all nice, but it is nice to go out on a winning note.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
I'd rather get third than second, probably.
If I'm in a hockey tournament in Kelowna, I'd much rather go home happy that I won something rather than I lost something.
A consolation
Sitting there
prize.
for 4 hours thinking about how shitty you are while you drive home.
Looking at your dumb, shiny silver, and you're like, fuck this.
Yeah, exactly. All right. We've made it to the finals. OG Doritos versus Sweet Chili and Sour Cream Miss Vicky's.
Corey's getting all limber here.
I'm going to go around, and you guys are each going to give pros and cons to each chip.
Love it.
I like this.
We'll start with Cary, and we'll work to me.
OG Doritos. Fantastic cheesy flavor. We've talked about the finger crust.
Finger
That's
fun.
fantastic.
Yeah.
The finger crust afterwards. Cons? I don't know. There's just not enough in the bag. I think that's it. Actual con? Sometimes the corners poke you in the mouth, and I have seen, which has scarred me for forever. It's an impressive feat, but we did used to have the beer Olympics at my parents' place way back when, much to their anger. But there was one guy who was one of my brother's friends, whose name escapes me at this point in time.
We'll call him Billy.
We'll call him Billy.
I like Billy.
And he did something I'm shocked, impressed, and pleased that I saw all at the same time. I was a little bit disgusted as well, but it was mostly impressive. Where he came down from a keg stand, proceeded to kind of stagger around, had already been into it quite a bit, and then sat down and puked. I know this is
Very impressive so far.
With that, he projected up a fully intact Dorito.
That is disgusting.
It was shockingly impressive, and I can never unsee it. But that would be my only, every time I have Doritos, that thought is brought up. That is my only comment.
Today you know him as Chris Angel. He is he's the mind freak.
Who's that? David Blaine.
David Blaine, the guy who could
Yeah.
float.
Yeah.
I wish I knew how to do
It
that.
was amazing. I can't believe it. It's still, it was shocking. There's enough people there that can corroborate the story. It did actually happen. I guess he was just like fully inhaling Doritos, and it was like one of the.
How do you eat a whole
It
Dorito
was a
without chewing? How
perfect
did that
one.
choke? Is he a goose?
That's
Guess
amazing.
man.
Half
It was
man, half
impressive.
goose?
That's amazing.
Yeah, it landed on the
Silly
concrete.
gills.
Like it was there. It was. It didn't get put back together in his stomach. I'll say that.
Humpty Dumpty
It
did.
stayed there. So, those are my pros and cons.
All right. I will tell you this. You didn't give a pro or a con for the Miss Vicky's chip.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were going around for just the.
I mean,
We can if we want
It's,
to. I
it's
don't know, I was
hard to
under
give a
different impression.
con for either of these, so
Yeah.
we could just say, what's each chip's reason to win? Like, what do they offer to possibly win?
Okay.
For the Miss Vicky's, it's got that crunch. Miss Vicky's has that perfect crunch.
crunch.
That's my crunchy girl. Miss Vicky's
Yeah.
is my crunchy girl.
When you get
And,
like the double folded, it's
Oh,
like a
yeah.
folded chip and then
Oh.
folded again.
Yeah.
sometimes you get the rare quarter fold in
Yeah.
there too,
It's a whole
and
meal.
It's just like
Yeah.
you feel like it's
You
like
start
a
from top
jawbreaker.
and like your teeth meet in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's just like 7 levels of crunch.
It's like a 7-layer dip, but a
Yeah.
chip.
and it's so satisfying.
It's like
each time.
I can sleep well
Mm.
tonight.
Oh,
Yeah. It's a good workout.
So that would be mine. The flavor's fantastic. Flavor in both of these is great, but the crunch Miss Vicky's a good crunch.
Pro Dorito. Probably my favorite cheese flavored chip.
Yeah.
I think it's the winner. Pro for the sweet chili sour cream is the flavor profile for that chip is very different from any other chip you're getting out there. Mm-hmm. I can have a bunch of cheddar chips. You only have one, really, that sweet chili. They nail it. It's got a tiny bit of heat. Not really, but just enough that like it wakes your mouth up.
It just tastes good.
And yeah, that's my pro.
Pro Dorito, there's not one chip in the bag where there's no dust on it. Mm-hmm. They're all dusty chips.
All
like
dusty.
all
in a good way.
even layer cheddar on the chip. You're not gonna get a Doritos chip where there's nothing on it. Mm-hmm. There's some chips, say Cool Ranch, one is absolutely coated, but one it's kind of lacking. There's always that cheddar on the Doritos.
That's a good point.
So I agree with all of your pros, but that one hasn't been stated,
It's
and
fair.
I feel it deserves it.
That's a good point.
Blue Miss Vicky's. It's like for a sweet chili chip, it's like you said, it's not too hot, and it doesn't push you away or like I gotta stop eating these because my mouth is on fire. Like maybe sweet chili heat or like sometimes pepper doesn't agree with people.
Or a jalapeno.
Yeah, but Blue Miss Vicky's, they just taste good for a sweet chili chip. The hot doesn't really bother me, and I'm not.
It's the sour cream.
Yeah, it's
dulls
just
it.
they just hit
sour
that unique
cream.
flavor on the head.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
2 juggernauts.
2 titans of industry here.
Who are we going with? Are we counting down?
Of course.
We have to. This is for
It's
the belt.
finals,
So
yeah.
This is the discount double check coming up.
You guys have your winner in mind?
I do.
I already know your winner.
I know.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone at home.
Do I? Yeah, we've settled. I've settled. We're good.
3, 2, 1.
Blue Bag Miss Vicky's!
You did it! We made it!
I was so ready to yell at you guys. I was gonna be like, I was gonna be like, what?
Part of me was just gonna pick Doritos just to piss you off.
Just to watch me scream.
Yeah, I wanted to see you
shirtless,
irate.
just
Yeah.
smashing my tummy like a
Jump
drum.
through the window.
Yeah, I'm killing myself.
Too bad it's only one story up.
I might land on my neck.
That's true. Well, we got it. We
Got it.
We did it. The best chip out there in the universe. Sweet chili, sour cream, Miss Vicky's. It's good for eating. It's good for dipping.
It is
It's
good
good for
dipping.
chomping. It's good for lomping.
Yeah.
Just
it does hold up under dip. That is one thing we didn't really.
Sturdy.
That wasn't a factor. we
Lays
really
sturdy
put in.
chip.
Lays if the dip's too strong,
Oh,
just
fuck.
cracks.
You have to dip a lay straight into a chip.
Yeah, which is bullshit.
Dip.
That's I mean,
Too
that
much
is
dip on my chip.
technically
Yeah.
dipping,
Drake.
I need a good scoop of dip. I'm not a dip. Like,
That
if
doesn't
you dip and
surprise
dip,
me.
that's not
You
good.
big freak.
Yeah. That's the way it goes. Yeah. I did
Like
dummy
Andre the
an entire
Giant.
thing of artichoke dip the other night. That was great.
Not a shock here.
No.
Now that the bracket's done, I got some questions for every Kickback and Relax guest.
Ooh, all right.
And the questions are on my phone,
Mm-hmm.
and we're filming. So
That's
I'm
okay.
going to have to think about them at the top of my head.
You've asked this a few times already, so you must know
I have
a couple.
most of them
Yeah.
in mind, and as I go, I'm like, it should.
Jog that memory
Yeah.
list.
You'll get back.
And
Yeah.
just blank stare.
And if I forget it, then I'll make one up on the spot.
Love it.
You'll
You'll be
just
like, and that's today's
edit ours
episode.
into.
Yeah, exactly. What is the first thing you're doing if you win $10 million? People say invest it. That kind of.
Fuck no, that's stupid.
That's too obvious. What's like? I guess a better question is, what's the first dumb purchase?
What's like the
you
first
make?
thing you would do with the money that's
Yeah.
actually a thing to do with the money?
Like you are getting something immediately from putting money towards it.
Either another new motorcycle, or a car I can fit in. One of them.
I love to imagine him. You see that Simpsons episode of the guy in the small car?
Yeah.
It's
Or-
that giant man.
Or The Incredibles when he's like just.
Yes.
Yeah, that
That's
was me and my
incredible.
Cobalt. It's like, pop, 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 pop.
Man, the first, like, I don't have anything where I'm like, oh, I really want to buy a blank. The first thing I would probably do is like go on like a trip. But the thing I want to do the most with the money is if I want an extreme, like $10 million is stupid. I don't need that much money. I would I take like 20 of like people I know, like my closest friends and family. And I take 10 different places to go, and I bring everyone together in a hall or a room somewhere, and we like have a party, and then at the end of it, I have like two, those bingo ball like drums for drawing things out. I shake them both up, and it used to be just like me and John because I wasn't with Dell yet when I hatched this scheme. So now I guess it would be me, Dell, and John going everywhere. But you pull two random names out, so it could be like Jevin and my mom are coming with the three of us too, and you shake that up and you pull the country out, and you're like, we're going to Iceland, and like that's where you go, and then everyone under their seats wherever you sat randomly. There's like another like thing, and if you have the like black card, you can switch the person that got pulled out with you. So if you got with my mom, you're like, I would rather not go with Cory's mom. No offense to my mom, I'd rather go with Cary. Right? You're like, okay, so I'm gonna switch that. Bud. I was trying to think of someone who Jevin would pick because I'm like, you're probably not Jevin's top pick necessarily. You guys aren't close, dick. And then the other one is like the place. So you pull the gold card, and it's like, oh, you don't want to go to Iceland. You're like, I would rather go to Jamaica. Like someone else, so you could steal the trip from somebody else. That's what I would do with the money. That would be my first. I would like organize that.
That's fun.
It's my dream.
Put way more thought into that than I.
I'm a child essentially. I dream of dumb things.
My investment thing would be I would pay the rest of my parents' mortgage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, yeah, I would do something nice like that, too. It's not fun.
But I would buy a lake house.
I thought you were going to say I would buy a lake. And I was like, that's awesome. This is Lake Jevin.
I'd buy, like, a big property with, like, on the lake.
Hell yeah.
Would you also have a water slide?
Of course.
Have, like, a little mini golf course?
Yeah.
A big, like...
$10 million.
18 track. Yeah. Giant movie room.
If it wasn't there before, you're going to...
That'd be my dream, yeah. I'd live there forever, and I'd never leave. Move and leave. Leave.
What's the most embarrassing way you've injured yourself? Minor or major? It can be like as simple as a bruise, but it's like, what's an embarrassing way you...
I don't know. Oh, yeah, I do probably. Because it had the most... There's two, I guess. One's not as embarrassing. You were very young when Jackass came out and was a thing, so that's probably not really for you and your friends. You know of it.
I love Jackass.
But like when it first came out, like MTV and like you'd watch like that shit, right? But we were of the age, we were like 12. Yeah. Right? So that's putting you at like, you're too young to try and recreate Jackass stunts when it was when it was big. But they used to do like backyard boxing on Jackass. And our friends, we would do it. And I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. Look at me. I'm too plush to fight. But I got stuck boxing one of the guys, and we had gloves and stuff. And I threw a punch, and it like, I hit it funny and like hit my hand, and it was my good hand actually. So it was like swole all the way up, and I couldn't use it, and I got punched in the face a bunch that day because I couldn't use my right hand for anything. So that was embarrassing. And then the other one is,
what, did you break it?
No, it healed fine on its own. So I guess I just sprained it. I don't know. It was wild. It hurt a lot. But probably the most embarrassing was I was 13 years old, I guess. And we were at Pitt River Middle School, and we were racing bikes around the track. Mm-hmm. And it was like, I can't remember who I was with. I think it was Jesse was there, and some girls that I thought were cute. We were hanging out after school because I'm a badass, right? And I'm racing one of the girls on the bike, and I was like, I'll impress her with my fucking speed. Yeah. And I'm going, and the chain catches, and I go full tilt, ass over tea kettle, over the handlebars on the bike, and that track is like gravel track, and just like carve my arm up. My leg is just like gritty as all hell. And I'm just like, and I'm like in so much pain, but I'm like, don't cry, Cory, hold it together.
That is awful.
And I'm just like, and they're like, oh my God, are you okay? I was like, I'm just going to go home. And I was like, and I couldn't like get the chain back on my leg, so I'm just like walking.
You're like, just sadly
limping home, and I get home like, Mom, like I need help.
Cory, you okay? I'm fine.
Yeah, but that's it. I've never really like fully injured myself and like broke a bone or anything, so that's the most embarrassing for me because I'm awesome.
Two come to mind. You actually just reminded me of one that have it. So the one that first jumped to mind was actually right here in this doorway. I got up. I'd recently bought a new pair of socks that were quite fuzzy. Mm-hmm. I was I'd maybe had a beer or two, and I was just sitting back watching a show that many of you might know called Vikings. And there's a particularly gory scene that came up, and I'm usually fine with that kind of stuff. It doesn't really bother me. But for whatever reason, it just like did not sit right. It was a guy there's a knife drawn across the neck, and it was pretty gnarly. It was pretty zoomed in, yeah. And I was like, oh, that did not sit well. I got up, and my wife was in the other room, and so I was like, all right, I gotta go. I need someone's comfort at this point. I need Andrea to say, it's gonna be okay, big guy. You're gonna be fine. So I like get up and start walking, but just outside the door is the laminate, and because of my fuzzy socks, I just fucking ate it, and feet came out from underneath me, slammed my head back. This big bang goes across the whole apartment, and Andrew just runs in. It's like, what happened? I'm like, I don't know. Smashed my head against the door. It like banged and then hit me back in the head. I'm pretty sure I got concussion from it.
Twice.
And I'm just lying sprawled out in the door frame in the other room there.
Big tree falls hard.
Big tree falls.
Yeah.
Big tree goes down.
They
Which
say
brings
if
me
it
to
falls
the
in the woods,
next
does
one.
anybody hear it? Mm-hmm.
That actually you were there. You witnessed this. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember this?
If it's the story I'm thinking of, I will say yes if it's the one.
So we
High school?
We did this grad trip after high school, and we went down to Mexico. And yeah,
Great trip.
it was a great
S
trip.
Club, baby.
S Club. And we did this excursion where we were all like, we'd all been partying the night before. And we went out to Chichen Itza and did this we went to this Mayan cavern. Like it was this beautiful, beautiful, naturally bored lake with this natural staircase. that was
cenote.
going down. A cenote, yes. And it had these platforms that went up. Now, we used to go cliff jumping and stuff when we were kids. I'm not used to, I'm fine with heights going into water. But I was I did one flip off this, it was the highest platform was maybe I think 25, 30 feet. It was pretty high. It was a good drop into there. But it was this really slick stone. And then I did it again, and somebody got a picture of me, and I was actually where I pushed off, I didn't have my footing right. One of my feet slipped out from below, and there's one point of contact still on it, and I'm almost horizontal in this picture and just going down, and then I just tumbled in the air, and I could feel it going. And from 30 feet down, slammed onto my back.
Oh my
sent a
God.
geyser of water 40 feet up into the air.
What an incredible
I
ass.
was underwater, and I could hear the 100 people that are all around go, ooh.
Oh my God, I think I see someone die.
I get up, and I was like, all right, that was a big fuck up. I gotta play this cool. And I'm I get my head above water, and I'm like, because I
Can't breathe.
definitely fucked my lung up. I'm like, I'm good. I hear Cory and a couple other people kind of oh my God, is he okay? And then run
Terry,
down.
no.
And then I crawl my way out of the water, claw my way up the staircase that's on there, and I'm and I start coughing up blood.
Oh my God.
And everyone's like, I don't think you're
He
fine.
died that day. This is a body double.
I just didn't go back off
Yeah.
again. So that was a pretty good one.
For a second, I thought you were going to say when we were in high school and for intramurals for handball.
Oh, shoot. I
And
forgot
one
about
time
that.
I was in the stands. I was
wasn't-
watching my friends
that wasn't
play.
embarrassing.
No, but it was a pretty hard fall. And it was a little embarrassing because you got kind of hurt.
I got
And you had to
knocked
get
out.
up and there was
I was out cold for 10
and it was
minutes.
a whole bunch of people because it was the finals or the semifinals
the
for
finals,
intramurals.
yeah.
And so in that sense, it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
It wasn't by no fault of his own. He jumps up to score and I can't remember who it
Their
is.
goalie ran at my knees.
Ran to his knees and hits him, and Cary goes whoop,
Landed
crunk.
forehead. And
I've never been more scared. That's scarier than the cenote.
Yeah.
Because that I was he just hit hard gym
I don't
floor.
remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
No, it's
This is I only know from people telling me what
It
had happened.
was
That's
wild.
That's a sign. I think that's worse because you don't remember it,
Yeah.
but you remembered the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was underwater and I could hear the 100 people go, ooh.
And he's thinking maybe it's better if I drown.
Yeah. that did go through my mind.
I'll just stay here.
Yeah, I'm good.
Patrick.
Yeah, I broke my wrist in gym class. Dance.
I was gonna say
In
jerking off.
dance.
Doing a line dance.
No, it was a bit of more of a hardcore feature because at the end of the dance, unit.
Yep.
We had to got in groups of like 7 or 8.
Make up your own dance.
And you had to make up your own dance.
Such a dumb thing
I
we
hate
do
it.
in gym
I
class.
know.
I hate it.
What are we doing
I
here?
hate teaching it.
But
It's the worst.
there was me and like 3 other guys, and we were like, at the end, Jevin, you're small. We will make an armchair like this.
Yeah.
And we'll just go 1, 2, 3, and like you'll hoist you over the 3 girls that are like on all fours.
Yeah, they
And
are.
I'll like land, and like that'll be a finale.
Yeah.
Ta-da. Yeah. First time it goes well, and we're like, of course, we're gonna run it back one more time.
Oh, you made
Yeah.
my mistake.
And do it, get to the end, and these guys become the Hulk all of
Yeah.
a sudden.
They're like, the first one was good, but the second one can be better.
They 1, 2 send me into the atmosphere. Like they send
you
me
Jeff
they-
Bezos?
They send me like 12 feet up, 12 feet in the air. I'm horizontal, and I land right on the gym floor on my wrist.
Oh.
And it was not like I snapped my wrist, but like it dented my wrist bone, and like there was a fracture at the bottom of the dent.
Oh, dang.
I'm just picturing like the 3
So-
girls on their hands and knees like,
Seeing this guy's sword.
it's like, oh my god, Jevin's dead.
But like my legs were fucking going like this.
Somebody catch me, somebody catch me. It was so good if you landed on one of the girls.
Just
Yeah.
break them.
Broke her
Yeah,
back.
but
blew her back out.
but it was funny because that day I was in like the PR team, and we had a pep rally that day. So I was like part of like the committee who ran the pep rally.
Yeah.
Got everything organized, was on the microphones, all that sorts of stuff, and it was a big one too. And so I went to the hospital. It was also on pajama day too. It was a big day.
Killing
It was
it.
like Spirit Week almost for like
Yeah.
high school.
Yeah.
And went to the hospital, came back with a splint, and absolutely dominated the pep rally.
Yeah, you
Boy.
did.
Yes, no,
That's
that
my boy.
dominated, but
Did the painkillers help a little bit?
a little bit.
Yeah.
I was feeling
Everybody,
good.
what's up? It's your boy.
I think I killed it, but everyone was like, "What is he doing?"
DJ Jeff.
But yeah, so
Nice. That's good.
that was the most embarrassing.
That's
one
fair.
I've
That's
ever
pretty
a good one.
embarrassing.
But this might even be more embarrassing. I was heating up my lunch, and the bowl was too hot. And I
Fair.
dropped it, and it shattered. And I went to step out of the kitchen, and I sliced my foot open.
Oh, the bowl? That's way more embarrassing.
Yeah.
The other one wasn't your fault.
Yeah.
This one, all you. Oh, man. That's awesome.
Got too
That's
hot, and
so
I was out of
unfortunate.
commission for a few weeks in the summer.
Oh, you were mill pool?
In the
Soup in the summer,
I
too.
think
You
it was-
just made a bunch of bad choices.
I think it was like grade 8. No, it wasn't soup. It was just leftovers. it was like shepherd's pie or
okay.
something.
Delicious.
Making lunch.
Okay, yeah.
It was like grade 8 going into grade 9.
That's a big summer.
It was tough.
Nice.
But next question:
Mm-hmm.
What meal or food can you not live without? It can be either just chicken or like a
Sweet
meal,
chili, sour cream, and Snickers chips, obviously.
or like a meal.
Like my go-to.
Just something like when you eat it, you're like, oh, I can never.
Can never get enough of
Yeah.
this meal.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's a. I'll take this one first. I know it's one that a lot of people say. Probably lasagna. I think a good lasagna goes miles. I could eat
Garfield,
that for
yeah.
a long time. Yeah, I'll go.
Case of the
Garfield it.
Mondays,
I'll do
for
it.
sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Fuck. That's tough.
That's
I
a tough
love a
question. That's a
lot of
very tough
food.
Yeah.
I am a
Yeah.
fat boy.
If there's any indication
That's
that
3
us
times
starting a podcast.
Yeah, I'm a big fat boy.
Yeah.
Big fat pig. Hashtag fat pig.
Hashtag when I post this clip.
Yeah. It's tough because it's like on one hand, do I want to pick like something like my parents would make where you're like, oh, like home cooked or
Doesn't
like
matter,
just
yeah.
my favorite. 'Cause it's like, oh, what about just like pizza? Because I'm like,
Yeah.
I work, side note, I work at the Home Depot downtown on like Canby now because it's a like walk for me from where I live now. And there's an Uncle Fatty's
Oh,
like 2 doors
baby.
down that I walk to go home. So now when I leave work at like 9:30, I'm like, well, just like pop in and I get a slice of pizza like every time I go home
I'm
now.
so
I'm
jealous.
eating pizza like 4 nights a week, and it's probably not great for me. But Dell doesn't know. Don't listen to this, Dell. Just kidding. Ha ha ha, guys, laugh. Ha ha, joke.
Peas.
Yeah, I eat a
right?
can of
Carrots?
peas every day. Shoot. I'm just gonna go.
3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna go with pizza. I'm gonna keep pizza. I love pizza.
Yeah, I love
it's
pizza
so
too.
good. I
That's
could
my
eat it.
choice
I could eat
too.
it every day.
It's my
I do
Can I
almost.
change mine to pizza?
No, it's too late,
I
lasagna.
guess I'm stuck with lasagna.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Damn it.
Um,
Oh,
what
can you remember what's the last
celebrity
one? Uh-huh.
do you rate as a perfect 10?
Gal Gadot.
She's
Yeah. That's up there.
She's gorgeous.
she is
In every sense of the word. She's
Yeah,
tall.
she-
she's
she-
beautiful.
she
she's
wa-
well educated.
She wasn't in my like I never thought of her,
Uh-huh.
and then I saw like this interview of her, and I'm like,
I think she Israeli good looking.
she is very, she is gorgeous.
Yeah.
The motorcycle dismount in one of the whichever Fast and the Furious she shows up on, the hair toss with the helmet on takeoff. Oof,
Nighty
baby.
night, keep your butthole tight.
Yeah. Gal Gadot is up there for sure.
Gal Gadot, show me what you got.
You got more?
Nah,
You
it was
made
it for
two.
now.
Can we get to 3?
Gal Gadot, Ray me.
Oh, there we go. He did it.
Success.
Mila Kunis.
Ooh, an oldie but a goodie.
Oldie but a
He loves Meg.
Yeah. I forgot it was there. Yeah, Mila
Solid
Kunis.
choice.
We
She's a great
recently
kid.
watched Forgetting Sarah.
I was gonna
Marshall,
say,
and I was
yeah.
like, dang. Yeah, Mila Kunis.
Now that you say Gal Gadot, like she's moved up there for me
Gal
now.
for show.
I'm a huge Carrie Underwood guy.
Oh.
Love Carrie Underwood. Sunday night
Jesus, take the wheel.
Sunday night
must be
football.
a
That's the
great
only
time.
reason why I watch it.
That is very. My dad.
Or
My dad yells at me each time. He's like, "Did I miss Carrie Underwood?" No, you're good, Rob. You're good.
You got that. Or, God damn, you guys distracted me.
Monica
just thinking-
Lewinsky.
Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, she's a very pretty lady.
She's
Harley
Margot
Quinn, killing it.
Sounds good.
Or
I think she's
what's the
gorgeous.
character's name in Wolf of Wall Street? But she dominates that Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah,
Yeah, she kills that. shit.
love when Leo's on Quaaludes.
Yeah.
So funny.
Great movie.
Jonah Hill's teeth.
Yeah.
I've asked you guys 4 questions, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Last
Food,
one.
embarrassing.
Yeah. I have.
Yeah.
You can stop talking now. Just sit there.
See myself out.
If an actor or actress were to play you in a movie about your life, who would it be?
Who would play? Who can?
I mean,
I-
there's an easy one for me that kind of goes with the theme is probably Jason Segel because he's tall, big, and awkward, just like me. So that would probably be my pick.
I have an answer for both of you two, but I want to hear your answer.
Were you gonna say
first.
Danny DeVito? For me,
Rumham.
the day man.
You gotta pay the
Get
troll
that
toll.
boy, the troll toll to get the boy's soul. Shoot, who would play me in a film? Who's got the right comedic timing to pull off all my jokes? Who's sort of a loser?
Like I have it in my head right now, and
I don't know.
I
Who do you
actually
got?
don't know.
Skinny Jonah Hill.
Oh,
Okay.
Thin Jonah. Thank you for not saying Fat Jonah Hill. That's nice. I appreciate that.
Thin Jonah with the beard, and you kind of have the same physique, and you're very funny.
Fair. I'd be happy to have him play me. He plays funny. He's a good banter funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not. Yeah.
Did
I like
you
that.
see that clip of him on Jimmy Kimmel? And it was like a series of talk show hosts like unintentionally roasting their guests,
Okay.
and he like Jimmy. This was like so out of pocket.
Uh-huh.
Like it was like if I was Jonah Hill, I would have started swinging. But Jimmy Kimmel was like, "Wow, like you smell good," and I'm kind of surprised by that. And Jonah Hill was like, "What the fuck is that supposed to mean?" And he's like, "I don't know. I was just like,
You look like you smell bad."
I just wasn't expecting it." And Jonah Hill was like, "I'm gonna pretend like I didn't like completely get made fun of."
Yeah, that's why you think it's me. All right.
Yeah. No, but like
That's why you smell bad all the time.
So rough.
just recently I was like, "That's so fucked up."
Yeah. It's so rare.
Yeah.
Obviously, Zac Efron though,
Yeah. A spitting image.
Yeah.
or The Rock.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe Jay Baruchel.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's a
say
closer-
Jay
It's a
Baruchel.
closer get.
But this one is I'm pumping your tires here.
Oh.
Just with height and hair,
How dare you?
Chris Hemsworth.
No.
Height and hair.
Yeah. Not the looks. All right.
Jason Segel was a good guess for
He
you.
did,
that's
he
what I
just
would think.
he isn't on your level of looks.
No,
Not mine.
no one's as handsome as Terry.
I'm just all on. I'm Mr. No, I'm not.
Who would play
Oh,
you?
yeah. Who would play
Zac
know.
Efron for you?
I mean,
I like it.
Yeah, that's.
I
A young Patrick Swayze. Maybe?
I honestly don't know who would play me.
I think Aziz Ansari would do well for me.
I can't put a
Indian
face to the name. Oh.
Aziz,
yeah. That's
the
a
master
good pick.
none. Come on.
But
I got a ton of specials. I got canceled. A girl said I raped her, but I didn't do it. She said she had a nice time. It's very good Aziz.
You do a very good disease.
yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it someone with long hair? Because I have long hair right now, or is it short
You
hair?
got that flow going in.
I mean, anyone can have long or short hair. You have to pick.
I'd say a good Zac Efron. I think you got that.
You have that chill vibe.
Yeah.
I'd kiss you.
Yeah. Hey.
Do you want
Turn
to
it
kick back and
off.
relax?
This was fun, boys.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, this
It's
was
a
a great
nice,
time.
nice long form interview.
Fucking rights. Let the people know where they can find you.
You can find very intermittent posts at Seabrat14, or you can find us at our snacktastic.voyage on Instagram.
That's right. You can also find me at Letendre _LETENDRE_ on Twitter.com.
Twitter.
Twitter. That's all I got. I don't know.
This was super fun. Thank you guys for coming on once again. You guys know where to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at leftsideheavy_. My personal Instagram at Jevon.Lefave. On Twitter at JevonLefave. And subscribe to the YouTube, Left Side Heavy.
Oh, get some chips.
Yeah.
Eat it.
Man. And for that, we will see you guys next time.
I just gotta let go. Went from ducking and fucking and now I got put in the friend zone. There's no need for this.